Yes, Ichi. That's my boy. What's up, guys? That guy with a where? Pencil here. In fact, I do it too. Have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact. Yeah. We're 87 chapters deep. You, me, we all know it's Ichi the Witch time. It's peak every week, and of course, I'm excited. Obviously, I don't think the stab is going to take out Fujimine. Like, come on now, come on. I'm shocked how many of y'all think she's not gonna make it to endgame though. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm like reading way too deep into the parallels and stuff like that. And hey, to be fair, we got a guy who glazed Hitsuki to the moon on his introduction, and he was literally handled the next arc. So like, y'all may be right about her being handled by mid-story, but I don't know, man. I wanted to last. I wanted to make it an endgame, but a majority of y'all said she's taken out to the mid. Though everyone else agreed that like, I mean, there are a few people who said the beginning or like right now, like she's gone, but I don't think she's making out this arc fine. But let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into chapter 87 of Ichi the Witch Deska, which is known as Exchange of Blows. Hold on. So I posture right. I'm actually gonna fit in frame this time. Let's hope. Let's see. Even as close as we are, if you trigger death for death, you're prey. And yeah, he gonna stab Kamugi. It's gonna be Kamugi, because here's the thing. But I guess my question will be, what? I mean, funnily enough, right now it could be Fujimine, but I'm legit trying to think, what universe does it happen that Kamugi attacks Ichi? That's the main thing where I'm like, because obviously this is going to backfire. The reason I don't think it's going to be Deskros is because unless it happens way like mid to late story way down the line when Ichi's a lot stronger. As much as I like to glaze Ichi, he's still Deskros food. Deskros fodder. Deskros feed, bro. It'd be like if start of season 2 Yuji tried to swing on Gojo, right? Like it wouldn't work out in his favor. Not just because of Infinity, because Gojo would also sleep that man. And even for Gokuraku and Ichi, while Ichi has shown to be more agile, Gokuraku is one, more than tanky enough to take a stab or two, and two, has literally already been stabbed by Ichi numerous times. I feel like it wouldn't really hit as much if it was Gokuraku who got stabbed. That just leaves Kamugi. I'm trying to think of the scenario where Kamugi gets stabbed. Or like tries to stab Ichi, or tries to harm Ichi, or try to slaughter Ichi, and then Ichi's forced to react back. Because like it has to happen, man. If we're already like foreshadowing it super heavy with this, someone close to Ichi trying to get him, and then he stabs first. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's see. Jeez. But Deskros is not happy about that? What, is Fujimine about to just swing on him anyway? Maybe at best he saved his life here, but Fujimine is still about to like rip his neck out or something. Let's say, Ichi! I mean, to be fair, her life is literally on the line right now. Also, she loves her son, but her life is literally on the line. Let's see. Oh. Did he do no damage? Did he do no damage? No, that's blood. Minimal okay, this must be like the blood leak, but darn. Yeah, even still. I mean, once again, that makes sense. I was glazing Ichi to the moon and back for actually being able to stab Fujimine when Fujimine was able to react to Deskros. But one, Fujimine probably just wasn't expecting it because she doesn't know Ichi, and I do like that. I like how everyone agreed in the comments, the idea that Ichi, or the way Fujimine's powers can backfire in a way that someone like Tsukishima's wouldn't, is that when Tsukishima inserts himself into somebody's past with Book of the End, he learns everything about it. Like, he literally gets a data upgrade on everything that he has. That's why in the Byakuya fight, he was like, oh yeah, BT dubs, like I trained you. I know literally everything about you. I know everything about you, your Bankai, your Shikai, like everything. I got you, dog. Because we've been dogs, right? But Fujimine, it's literally just an import. Like, she drops in and does that. And that's it. So Fujimine's power is innately a lot more limited, the Book of the End, and obviously I don't think her power has the ability to literally alter the past in the way the Book of the End did. Bleach gets very existential and timey-wimey by, realistically, mid-series, but especially by end of series. But even still, it makes sense that someone as ancient as Fujimine, as many people point out, she may legit be like older, not just old as Tikapucho, but like older, as in, if Tikapucho, who's already an older woman, is calling Fujimine a crusty old witch, and generations have been hunting Fujimine, she could at lowest be like 90. Because generations is like 20 to 30 years, and let's go with the low end of that, bare minimum 60, right? And that's assuming she was terrorizing people since she was a baby. Assuming she became a full-fledged witch, like Prodigy style at age 10, she's at least 70, could be 90, could be older. Because one thing we just don't, the Ichi the Witch world, despite being 87 chapters deep now, it's still very, very vague on what magic exists, what human lifespans are, and we know that humans just in general are superhuman in this verse. There is a power system, like obviously that's magic, but even men in this universe, which is something I was interested in seeing if Ichi was an exception, and they went out of their way to make Okuraku an exception with the cybernetic upgrades, but no, everyone in this universe is just dumb, stupid crack, so who knows what the actual average human lifespan is? Let's see. Ooh, interesting. Head to head, though. Head to head, but Ichi does not get incapacitated here. Let's see. I can control your mind, but I can't control your instincts. I mean, it does make sense, right? And it's interesting that it is chalked up to instincts. Well, that's it. To be fair, it is an Ichi instinct. Because I was talking about it last time, is in like, based on how Deskros ended up starting resisting, because Fujimine told her to do something she was innately opposed to. And she was immediately like, even before she grabbed her own wrist, right, where the internal Deskros started fighting back, we saw Deskros literally say, like, no, I don't actually want to do that, because that goes against my moral compass. But for Ichi, yeah, this, in this case, is an instinct. The initial stabbing action is instinctual, but the explanation is mental, if that makes sense. So, technically, she even kind of can't fully control... Well, to be fair, maybe he explained it because she's in control over his mind. Let's see. And she's freaking eager right now. Let's see. I can't control your instincts. Still. Do you realize what you've done? You just stabbed a human. Oh, okay, so the knife is still in her. Okay. She's just goaded like that. She's just goaded like that, I guess. All right. Where's she stabbed? It looks like he legit just barely missed her jugular, right? Like, he stabbed her here. If this, and to be, I don't know why. I always think because is the jugular on both sides of the neck? I don't know enough about biology. When I always say jugular as singular. How many jugulars do we have? Hold on, let me see. How many jugulars do we have? We have 4 jugulars located in your neck. 2 internal jugulars, left and right, external. Okay, so we do have 2. But, like, essentially, and when I think of jugular, I think of right here, or right here, these 2 areas. He stabbed right here, like, literally right where I presume her collarbone would be, right around here. 2 inches higher! That's lethal! But I think, technically, you could survive this. You can even technically survive a stab to the jugular, I think, if something's left in there, but don't do it. It's not worth it. Let's see. Do you realize what you've done? You just stabbed a human. Not a magic, not a wild animal or livestock. Another being like you. Okay, but like he stabbed Goku. like admittedly, I get the whole idea of like the corruption. Maybe because that's the thing, she doesn't know Ichi. And once again, going based on her powers work, she just inserts herself. Ichi has stabbed people before. He's tried numerous times, in fact. But like he did, and to be fair, he stabbed Gokuraku under very specific circumstances. But Gokuraku's still a dude. He's a cyborg, but he's a dude. And Ichi presumably figured he was more dude than cyborg when he was initially stabbing him. So, not as crazy that she would think, but I'm interested to see how this plays out. Let's see. Another being like you. Yeah, humans are technically animals too. But is it really that simple to you? In the case of life and death, I don't know. I always feel weird about this because personally, I'm an individual who does not like nor believe in violence. I think violence, funnily enough, is one of the very oddly purest examples of us still just being animals. Like the idea that humanity would resort to violence on any scale, and especially the gargantuan scales that we do, feels really stupid to me, right? Like, can you imagine a world without violence on let's say between humans, right? Because obviously, in order for humanity, for anything to persist, that's not like a herbivore or no, even technically, like even herbivores technically do have to commit violence. They need to eat other living things. So like plants, right? Plants, except for the ones that actually do literally commit violence. Venus flytraps, certain things plants that eat things. But a blade of grass, for example, cannot necessarily commit violence. And doesn't necessarily have a need to. So it's fine that it doesn't. Humanity may need to commit violence on plants and animals in order for us to maintain. Even though we are omnivores, we could live off plants. So let's take it to the lowest general denominator, right? Sure, we would have to commit violence against plants specifically. There's no reason we should be committing violence against humans. How many years into our existence? How many? Like it's so stupid. Like, call me dumb, it's so stupid. But all that being said, and that being my base moral code and stand for where I don't believe in violence, yeah, if it's my life or somebody else's, I'm not going. At least not easily. Yeah, I'm committing to violence. Like admittedly, like, I don't know. When someone threatens my life, congratulations. I don't go full death for death mode. I have it on me and I keep it on me at all times, but I'm not gonna swing something lethal. But yeah. In fact, yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not thinking of it deep enough. Let's see. But is it really that simple to you? They directed their bloodlust at you. That's it. If that's all it takes for you to strike a human down like any other animal, then something's wrong. Something is very, very wrong with you. But, like, I don't know. And admittedly, I don't think, like, I've never, one, because I don't think it's fully, well, I don't know. I feel like you can get sensations from people just by how they look at you. And, like, the people give off certain presences and vibes, right? And I get it. To some degree, it is bad that one reacts like that, and especially so violently. But if you, like, I don't know, it's the idea that you're threatening me. Why would I not respond? Like, admittedly, I'm the kind of person where if I don't think my life is in immediate danger, I'm still committing to my non-violence rule. Like, for example, I'm a big guy, right? 215 pounds, 6 something. I don't know, like 6'1", 6'2", arguably 6'3". I don't know. I don't think I'm 6'3", because I have an uncle who's 6'3", and I'm not as tall as him, noticeably. But also, I have a cousin who says he's 6'1", but I'm noticeably taller than him. I don't know, it's weird. But regardless, one of us is wrong, but I'm a big guy, right? There have been people who have tried me. They're like 5'4". Maybe 120 pounds soaking wet. Congratulations. I'm not engaging on any sort of physical level with you because you aren't a viable threat to me. So thusly, I won't. But, I don't know. If another guy my size suddenly wanted to run smoke with me, I'm probably still going to run because I'm probably going to lose that fight because I don't know how to fight. But still, when it comes down to it, I don't think something's innately wrong with Ichi. I think I get the idea, though, in what's being hammered away at with Deskros, with Takeyomi, and now with Fujimine. The idea that Ichi almost has he has a too animalistic response for a human being, right? We as humans are not even just prided. We literally stand supreme because of our ability to rationalize and logic and do things. And if Ichi responds with violence every single time, it will be used against him and or it will backfire. It almost did when he, nearly died to Amadora. So I get what she means. But specifically in the context, you did just try to kill him. I'm not going to blame a dude for reacting to save his own life. Let's see. Something is very, very wrong with you. You, Ichi, aren't cut out to be human. Like, for real though? This is a crazy panel though. And once again, love the dichotomy here. But still, for real though? I don't know. And like, if that's the case, I never noticed that his. Oh, is that meant to be? I didn't notice that. Whose stone is that supposed to be? I'm assuming it's meant to be one of the Magic stones. I never noticed he had a jewel at the end of his knife. Interesting, but I don't know. I like, maybe, am I, let me know in the comments if I'm, I don't know. I don't think that's justifying or like evidence enough that he isn't cut out to be human. If anything, a strong will to survive no matter the circumstance makes one human in many cases. But interesting. I wonder how Ichi's going to take this. Considering we haven't, like, I guess we've addressed Ichi's nature as a hunter and like the isolation he felt, but notably he's done really good integrating with human society, and he did a lot of that on his own. Well, obviously we know that he met Takeyomi when he was very young. He's clearly civilized enough to still maintain conversations. Like he's still good. But let's say, cut out to be human. If you ever get bored, okay. So all right, at least she's literally saying you could just be like me, twin. He's like, hey, I'll tell you. Come over here. And once again, this plays into the dichotomy between these two characters that I've been consistently talking about for these past couple chapters. Like, Fujimine and Ichi are direct opposites, and the battle between these two, the thematic battle between these two is the choice to be a beast capable of taking life, yet stay human and respect humanity and respect life, or the ability to be a beast and take life and not have any value for the life you are taking. Right? Because Fujimine, in many ways, is the same thing, and that's why she's saying, if you ever get bored of playing at being one, We'd be happy to have you. In fact, I bet Hazy would like it better that way. I don't think so. I think I do agree that the World Hater saw potential. Saw a lot of Megami in Ichi, right? Definitely saw the potential. But he was going to kill him, right? Like, and I don't think that's a choice that the World Hater would change. And to be fair, we still have the ever-present memification of the World Hater and the fact that they don't do anything, right? They haven't done it. They haven't done anything in nearly, like, what, 60 chapters? We've seen the World Hater in between, but, like, they haven't actively moved or destroyed anything new as far as we know for a minute now. In universe and out, because we know multiple months have passed at this point. But, all that being the case, I still think the World Hater would kill him if they run into each other again. I don't think the World Hater's gonna be like, are you trying to dap me up? I don't think they're doing that. It could be interesting, don't get me wrong. Like, I'd be neat. And once again, if we do go with the idea, like, and this would be layers upon layers of subversion, right? In my head, narrative would end, quote unquote, with Ichi versus the World Hater. Ichi beats the World Hater, captures them, and then they fight God. like that kind of, like, okay, we've handled the threat in our current physical plane. Now we need to transcend and go higher on some JRPG type beat. But it could also be interesting if what happens to the World Hater is what I thought was going to happen with Chrono, and technically did happen with Madoka, where in reality, instead of actually defeating the World Hater or capturing them, we end up working with them to go fight God. Like, I don't know. It could be interesting. Let's see. Hazy? Finally, Descaros. Finally. They're very interesting. It's clear that Fujimine herself, like, if anything, I see Fujimine more in the position that she describes the World Hater in now, right? Like, she does seem genuinely interested in Ichi and his potential now. Where before, she was just like, I'll just kill you right now, right? Fujimine was playing around and then was literally ready to execute him. But in this moment, it's clear that she's now like, this guy got a lot of Megami. Let's see. Descaros stab her in the face. Jeez! Alexandra, but okay, so this does immediately confirm my theory. Oh, this may be a new module. I saw a design next page, but this confirms my theory that Fujimine can't force any of them to express their full power, right? Like we saw the little Zood prior from Descaros, and it was fine, but not only was it not as big as any of the Zoods we'd seen from it previously, but also look at this, look at that, look at the scale of this. And it's all because she has her free will back. Even when Fujimine has direct control over somebody, she cannot force them to express everything. Which is very interesting. That is a good, once again, another good balancing limitation on the power, right? Which, technically, I don't think Tsukishima did have. Well, no, because Tsukishima didn't express direct control. Because we see that in the fight with Byakuya. Meanwhile, Fujimina's insert myself into your memories and jack you up and control you has its perks and its downsides relative to Tsukushima's. Tsukushima's has a massive information and, like, reality warping advantage, but Fujimine does have, technically, like, does she even have an advantage though? I don't know. Like, they were willing to do a lot for Tsukushima. We'll see. Boom! But she's probably eating this. I mean, I'm still shocked she's fine with that hole in her neck. Let's see. Descaros. Yeah, just knock him out. Oh! Oh my! She just gonna eat that for real, for real. Interesting. So that is the Toxic Terror. That is the Toxic Terror. Alright, interesting. It was just in a different form. Let's see. Descaros. Close thine eyes. Taff taff. Immediately knock him out. Yeah, I get that. Ultimately, if, like, I wonder if she hadn't done that, would he have attacked her? It wouldn't have worked. Like I mentioned earlier, it'd be like Yuji attacking Gojo. It wouldn't work. But still, I get it. Just completely negate the problem by knocking him out. Let's see. Exclamation point. Alright. So, did interesting damage. Considering that looked like a single, it either looked like a single piercing attack from the sword, or also like a cross type shape, but literally a cross and not like multi-layered. Interesting that it looks like this damage in hole in her neck is from Ichi. This damage in her shoulder seems to be possibly from the stab, but also looks like her torso was torn open. So maybe this sword did one of these, and then the explosion of magic did the other. But regardless, she did eat that. I mean, like, not eat, like she's in pieces, or like broken out, but still, she's alive. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Regeneration of that, very interesting. I mean, to be fair, once again, could be a magical spell, could be a magic thing, but Maybe she literally did alter her biology and like infuse it. Because I know a big thing with jellyfish is that they have a fantastic healing factor. And obviously we know we have our association with the Toxiterra. And maybe that's the Toxiterra's magic healing her. Oh, and I also do like the difference where Deskros and Fujimine are opposed. Fujimine has dark sparkles, meanwhile Deskros has bright sparkles. But maybe she's literally augmented herself, right? And that would also explain the immortality thing if instead of pulling a Tsunade where her true form is always under there, but she's burning a lot of chakra in order to maintain a more youthful appearance, if Fujimine is more based on jellyfish than we think, going with something like the immortal jellyfish, maybe she looks so young here because after a while, after she gets to a certain point, she literally does what the immortal jellyfish does. It like literally just rebirths itself. It goes back to baby stage. But maybe she literally doesn't. I assume she literally doesn't go back to a baby, but presumably goes into a younger state. Let's see. Sheesh. And you call yourself human. Just, oh. Well. So you could have. So wait a minute. You could have done this at any time, and you didn't think to help it. Yo, world hater. World hater. World hater. World hater. World hater. Ought to reach into this manga and smack you, Brody. You could have done that for Hitsuki and Hisashi at any time, and you decided to not help. So the second you see a human, someone tell me you lying. You must not. So I'm now, unironically, this fully reinforces my idea that I was talking about all the way back in when Hitsuki was first introduced and in the Chronostasis arc. I think the world that Hitsuki was hyping up that the World Hater was going to create was straight nonsense from him. Straight nonsense from him. Because now he's stepping in to save a human in the Mantonel Witches Association. Meanwhile, he should have known, if he knew this was going on. And I know Fujimine is broadcasting it directly to him, but like, you mean to tell me Hitsuki couldn't do the same thing, or wasn't doing the same thing? He knew they were dead and captured, so like, you genuinely mean you're coming to save this human when you didn't save either of your 7 stars? When one of them clearly was a very loyal acolyte, even though Kizashi just seemed to be there for the lives. But alright, because that's clearly the World Haters, like, Titan things. Let's see. Titan? Deltarune? Deltarune tomorrow? Not tomorrow. When is this video going up? We're going to talk about days first. It's funny how I'll record Ichi first, then I'll record Sakamoto Days, then I'll record Kagurabachi, which did drop. I thought it was on break. But I'll record those 3, and I'll post them all in the wackiest kind of order. I'm not even sure if any of these reviews are going to go up today. I may do that. I think I will. I think I'm probably going to do the My Thoughts Raiden being benched video today. So, like, super weird about it. This is probably going up on, like, Tuesday. It's recorded on Sunday. Let's see. Sheesh. And you call yourself human. Alright, big thing comes through. Grabs. Yep, the world. So, yeah. Yeah, Hitsuki was talking straight capitalistic nonsense, Brody. Straight capitalistic nonsense. Let's see. What is that? Interesting. Tricky Pusho never encountered it. I guess it makes sense, though. They know very little about the World Hater. Let's see. The World Hater's portal. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, so wait a second. You did do that for the previous. Why did you not help? Man, World Hater, you suck as a boss. Let's see. What? Oh, noes. Oh, yeah, she's fine. Yeah, she's like, all right, whatever. Very interesting. He doesn't kill her, though. Like, and I mean, they don't kill him. The World Hater doesn't execute Fujimine, so they must have something going on. Let's see. Sorry, everyone. Gotta go. I wish we could have played more, but maybe some other time. Yeah, so she's making it out here. That makes sense. Like once again, I see her going to end game. I mean, call me crazy, but especially considering we've established so much. We've simultaneously established so much. We haven't actually seen much. Obviously, she's an older witch, right? As old as Tsukipusha. We know that Deskros is an exception in terms of collecting a sheer quantity of Magics, but presumably Fujimine is multiple decades older than Deskros, is primarily using Toxiterra magic, was a full-fledged witch before she got the Toxiterra magic. She got the Toxiterra magic when she was younger, when her and Trikapusha was younger, which is implied to be decades ago from this point. And clearly has a regeneration ability that it may literally be, I don't know, because it seems like the wounds like fade off of her. But regardless, all that being said, Fujimine, especially with the dynamic being set up with her and Ichi as both non-human humans, like, I got her till endgame. And watch her die in midgame. Watch out here. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember that poll. When Fujimine perishes, and I'm guessing when she does, I'm like, how much narrative do we have left? Are we fighting God next? Like if Fujimine is like sub-final boss, World Hater is faux final boss, and then it's the creator of the universe as the actual final boss. I don't know. We'll see. Let's take a look. Hold it, Fujimine-chan. You ain't got this, dog. I'm sorry, big bro. Let's see. Don't forget me, okay? Keep me in your heart and mind all the time. Bye-bye. Love you all. Fujimine! Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting, though. I do wonder, would she have wanted any of them dead? I'm assuming if she did, she would have just had them slip. I mean, like, I'm trying to, this is where the meta-narrative in me, who knows, like, none of these characters are gonna die right here and now, but the actual, like, meta-narrative versus in-narrative reasoning is something that I go back and forth all the time, because obviously, I'm a manga reviewer, right? I'm talking about the manga as a story, and how I feel about it, and my thoughts, and all this stuff like that. But there are two wolves fighting inside me, and part of me wonders, in-universe, or no, out of universe, no one here would die because it's introductions for a lot of these characters and it doesn't really make much sense. But out of universe, or no, in universe itself, would Fujimine, if World Hater had intervened, if Ichi didn't stab her, if like it seems like she was willing to kill Ichi, but anyone else? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Fujimine is a character that I'm interested to see more of, but it looks like it's seemingly this transition arc, question mark? Maybe the winding down. Let's say. Poor Chun, man. Poor Chun. Let's say. Interesting. They don't seem pleased. Oh, but they do have their staff back. Alright. So you went and got the staff. Couldn't get your Malgics, huh? Desgrass took a while to slaughter Kizashi for the last couple times, too. So you just legit stood there and watched. Let's see. Shloop. I'm home, Haiti. Well, maybe he is actually mad about her trying to... Maybe they... I'm about to get... They don't have pronouns. They seem very mass-presenting, but still, never know. So... They seem very mad. They may be mad because Fujimine tried to off Ichi just to get an advantage and slaughter Desgrass. So yeah, I guess maybe she was trying to get some people up out of there. Once they were out of her control. Let's see. Oh, interesting. So I do wonder, like, that's always intrigued me. When you can summon something, like, what is the level of their sentience? Because obviously this is one of the Titan hands that he can summon, but like, is it literally just composed? I mean, I'm assuming it's probably just composed of his magic. Because I'm trying to think of every other magic we've seen. And to be fair, World Hater's a Giga exception. But like, yeah, we've seen similar things to this before. It's just on a grander scale. Like, I'm thinking of Uruwashi summoning all of those clone sharks, those ice sharks. They're just manifestations of their magic. So this is probably just a manifestation of the World Hater's magic. Let's see. Owie! I'm sorry. I'll go off on my own again. I promise. Aw, Haiti got mad at me. And I couldn't slaughter anybody. And I even tipped my hand. Oh, a horrible day. But like, Fujimine, a lot of that is your fault. Like, meta-narratively, I know why it couldn't happen. But like, in narrative, like, you sold. Like, you could have hard wiped a good chunk of them. Let's see. Fool. Just one word. But interesting. Does leave her alive. Lets her go. Leaves her alive. Did you really not care about your 7 stars? Let's see. But you know, I think I'm starting to get it now. Why you like Ichi so much. Okay, so yeah, he was presumably mad at her for that, not just going out on her own thing. Sorry, I keep referring to him as he. Yeah, and the goat feet are just a thing for this design. I mean, goats, evil symbolism, pretty common. Let's see. Does not refute, just glares. Let's see. Man, I want to go back and play with them right now. But after all that, I'm pooped. I'll let someone else take a turn. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Are you still in control of them from this far away? Or wherever you are? I'm assuming they're in a separate dimension. But, interesting. I wonder if she's actually tired. I mean, she was controlling a lot of people at once. That may have burned a lot of magic. Let's see. Someone else take a turn. Who's next? Ah, okay. Okay, so we're setting up the rest of the 7 stars. Alright. Interesting. And notably, these do, let's see, horns look like claws. Cloaked figure. It's hard to tell. But these all presumably are Malgics, not other witches. I don't want Fujimine to be our only evil witch. She's a good start. I do want more, but obviously the rest of the 7 stars probably did need to be addressed. I want to see their opinions on like their lack of reaction to Kizashi and Hitsuki getting captured, or what their reactions are. Let's say. Who's gonna survive? Who's gonna die? I can't wait to find out. Ichi will be alive. Chun is not that guy. Desrat's gonna die. But let's see. Alright, back at Mantanel. Alright. Oh, darn. Let's see. A certain busy day of a certain month, the Mantanel Witches Association was attacked. The perpetrator, Amodoro Ribbon Candy, the Bullet Witch, along with her accomplices, were apprehended. But, like, is that their fault? You know they were under control. I don't think that's fair. Apprehended, but maybe they weren't arrested. I hope they weren't arrested. Let's see. During combat against Fujibine, the Vanquisher Witch, portions of the association's headquarters were destroyed. Repair efforts are ongoing. Lastly, Manga Keepers and Team Descaros. Oh? Ah, okay. Literally training the blood. Okay, so they moved to train the bloodless out of Ichi. Alright. Alright. Oh, or are they sparring? Are Descaros and Takeyomi sparring? Ah! They're playing ping pong. Okay, and he's keeping score. I thought they were like testing as well as that. Nope, they're legit just alright, so they're relaxing. That's good. Hey! So are the Magic Keepers and Descaros is so fine, bro. Descaros is so fine. You look like Descaros. Hit my line. But regardless, I do like that they're actually bonding and the Magic Keepers sticking around. And maybe this is the incident that will finally. I'm assuming Chun would have to like go report back to the government and be like, hey, we probably need a team with Manton out. But like, maybe this is the incident that will finally break that year standing precedent. Let's see. Scrack, boom. Did Takeyomi win? It looks like Takeyomi may have won. Why are they both so good? Oh no, they're tied right now. Why are they both so good at ping pong? Of all things. Let's see. Well, it could just be reaction speed and force. Very good ping pong ball though, and very good paddles. Let's see. Match point are currently involved in a high stakes battle. I'm assuming they're like pretend playing over Ichi, but it's probably just like who's the better mentor. All right. Okay. I'll say it. That sounded amazing. A W chapter. I like it. Very much building on everything I love about Fujimine so far as an antagonist. Especially since it seems like she's going to be taking a break for a while. Oh no! My thoughts video about Fujimine may fall out the sky. It's gonna be glazed. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Well, I'm gonna sugarcoat the video. It's gonna be glazed. But like, I'm gonna sugarcoat it. It's gonna be glazed. You know it's gonna be glazed. I know it's gonna be glazed. We all know it's gonna be glazed. But another thing. As much as I do like Fujimine and her establishment, and in my opinion, her long-term narrative integrity, I also do like establishing that Descaros could not immediately one-shot her. As much as I'm like, hey, Descaros is the strongest, she should be like tiers above everybody. Fujimine is a major antagonist. Makes sense that she's not one-shot by Descaros. And two, once again, the more we narratively balance Descaros, the less likely we have to put her in a box. I've said it before about JJK. I'll say it again about Ichi the Witch. You kind of can't have the strongest archetype running around. You either have to fire force them, where they're just not around that often, and not part of our main cast, which obviously we're not doing with Descaros, the Team Descaros. You gotta put them in a box. This is clearly what happened with Gojo, and still have them not be around too often, which is what happened with Gojo. And or, you gotta kill them. I don't want any of the three happening, at least not for a while. I'm kind of mentally prepping for Descaros. I've been mentally prepping for Descaros since I found out she was the strongest. You mean like, since chapter 1? Since chapter 1, and we've been here for 2 years now. But like still, all that aside, I like that. And I do like more World Hater. Right? Because they are, at least at current, especially if I am wrong about us eventually fighting the creator deity of this universe, even if it is if it's one-worded characterization, it's good characterization for World Hater. The more we get of this character before we eventually actually encounter them again, the better. Even if it does continue to raise the question of like, why don't you do something? But even still, that plays into the idea of the World Hater not even being the final boss, because there is a more fundamental design to their existence that we just simply don't understand, because all magics are in fact designed. So overall, this chapter gives me everything I could want. And also, Takeyomi versus Descaros again. Very, very nice. I hope the ribbon candies are let off gently, hopefully. And who knows, maybe this high-stakes battle is over them, whether they should be arrested or not, considering they were under mind control. I'm assuming everything's going to be fine for now. But overall, AW chapter, let me hit it for the 2 times. It wasn't as good as the first one. But I want to thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to this video, please leave point of the match. Oh, is Kamugi still knocked out? I realized she's not here. Leave point of the match in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that leaves notifications so you don't miss out on any of the segments of the channel. Also, I'm going to have a Patreon below. Use word me for as well as one month. You can exclusive videos, other content, and more. Also, now become a member of the channel for so as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Those perks include the live reactions to the series I have to review. I do reactions of all my videos, early ad reactions to all my videos, early ad reactions not just on my videos on the main channel, but all my videos on the second channel. That called the reaction. Link in the description down below, along with a link to also in the card in the upper right hand corner for the second channel. And also have a Ko-Fi down below. You want to drop 5 views for a short video, 200 views a long video, any views at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. And I want to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is, please, come here, back on the pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Red Bull 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, J2MA, Buddha Ura, Yuki Ally, Grim, Ollie, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Tim Thomas, Kaving, RXN, Dead Meat, Keon Stewart, Edwin Igbinoba, Straw, Antavius Mitchell, Weary Exile, Alex Kenny, Todd, The Practical One, Landon Clapwick, Heath Nelson, CAET, Plant Grown, Brandon Payne, Multi-Batman Superman, Zalim, Sleepin' John, Mocity King DKG, Union Eye, Athenzi Shear, Sino King, CCC, Axis Hexy, Praise the Sun, Magic, Andreen Bonnet, at JDog2656, Sheesh King, AZ Void, Sky XT, Felix, The Young Family Pastel Pandora, John Malcolm, Donovan McIntosh, Black Doctor Strange, Superflame Zero, Vlad, Victor Gabriel Velasquez, Ben Koo, Nevies97, and Not Drippy. Then, like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: A+A, Kevin Encarnacion, Lucas Stace, Midnight Lord 21, and Shaw. And like to give a thank you to our ink tier member, Shrimp of the Forest Shrimp 06. And like to give a thank you to our digital art tier member, Jay Warrior. And like to give a thank you to our colored art tier patrons, Walking Munoz and Joaquin Munoz.